Good afternoon to everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for that lovely music, reminding us, shining in the night. We will be very happy that it is night, because in that night you can see the brilliant shining stars. Sometimes people of God don't want to be in the night. Give me conclusion. Sometimes people of God don't want to be in trouble. We want to be in trouble. How do we start confronting your word? And as we study your word in the book of Daniel, we pray this afternoon that the Holy Spirit will be with us. We continue back to learn about your providence, about your blessing, and about your protection. Be with us today. In Jesus' name. Amen. When completing the other night, what will be the good text that I want to share with you this beautiful afternoon? It come across to my mind, April 12, just this year. And when I'm thinking about it, brothers and sisters, we went to Netherlands for what we call celebration. Why celebration? Because the British Union Pioneer Experience began our church, first place celebration. And in your first place, you can go to Netherlands for the division, that's the higher level. And to our, what we call, moment of journey on the 13th of April. We get arrived from Netherlands. 7 o'clock in the morning, I saw a text from the one pick me up in the petrol station. When you see that pick me in the petrol station, that will give you the idea of probably she need money. To the petrol. When I was the brothers and sisters, I just, in that moment, when I saw my wife, the car behind was everybody, the nice car. So to her, that's already a nice car. And I say, car, there are no nicer car. But to us, that's only one the nicest car we are able to buy. And not only the brothers and sisters, after a few days from that, April 13th, 7 o'clock, experience until now my wife is able to come back to work. She's not at work. What's the meaning? What's the meaning? The meaning is less. And then you got that kind of expenditure and you got that less money here. Time, moment will come in your mind. What shall I do? And when I keep on thinking about that, and bring to you this beautiful Sabbath celebration morning, it comes to my mind, wow, I need to bring Daniel chapter 3. Because within the record, brothers and sisters, we will be experiencing Daniel chapter 3 in our lives. Whether we like it or not, brothers and sisters, you will be encountering Daniel chapter 3 in your life. And in that sense, brothers and sisters, if we try to check the Daniel chapter 3, if we go in chapter 2, there is a king. What's the name of the king in chapter 2? Nebuchadnezzar. And you know what happened with the declaration of King Nebuchadnezzar in chapter 2, from 14 up to 45, about the God of heaven. What did Nebuchadnezzar say to Daniel? Your God is the God of all gods. What kind of declaration is that? Declaration of praise. But brothers, in chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of the Babylonian Empire, We call that the America in our time today. You know, America is the worldwide, we call police in the world. During the time, Babylon. And in the Babylon Empire, brothers and sisters, King Nebuchadnezzar, who was the king of Babylonian Empire, said, Daniel, your God is the God of all gods. When you go to chapter 3, the same king who declared God is the God of all gods is not the weak king of kings. Think about it. We are just in chapter 2. In chapter 1, just one chapter away. That God, or that king who declares about the beauty, about the power of God is now lying on a different thing. What happens to the church? Sometimes people of God will have that kind of experience like King Nebuchadnezzar. We are in chapter 2 praising the Lord because of the goodness of God, because of the sunshine. But when you go to chapter 3, we got the darkness, brothers and sisters. And now, this king who was praising in chapter 2, now in chapter 3, is now idolatry and even blaspheming God. Who is that God who can deliver you out in my own hand? Is that happening? And sometimes, brothers and sisters, it happens in our Christian. We are praising God in chapter 2 this day, but tomorrow we might be doing the idolatry against God. Who is that God who can deliver you out in my hand? Now, I just want to take it in verse 15, because in verse 15 there's one thing that caught my attention. You know, in verse 15, chapter 3, verse 15, what's the statement here? Anybody who can read for me, please?
Now it should be recognized at what time you heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if you worship not, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fierce furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand?
Now, brothers and sisters, I don't have enough time to say that. But I want you to take what about the word worship. You know what's important here in worship? We cannot worship God without singing. We cannot worship God without music. Because part as our evidence in response to the Creator God is we need to sing praises to God. Music. Therefore, the music we are using every day, whether we can glorify God or worship God or worship Him. And sometimes, brothers and sisters, let me tell you, young people, brothers and sisters, one of the greatest decisions made by the enemy in our time today is music. That's why when you go in the world today, even just walking outside there, you can see young people walking. Yeah? You cannot hear anything. Yeah? But, yeah, because music is the one that arresting the mindset of the people of God and even young people, children. Be careful what music you are hearing. Because either you are listening to glorify God or to glorify the enemy. But the thing, brothers and sisters, I just want to bring your attention here. In the statement of King Nebuchadnezzar, when you hear the music, what's the response? You need to bow. No. This is a very interesting, brothers and sisters, because we will be like the people of God will be Babylon. And this story is a physical nation of Babylon with the physical people of God in experiencing the physical decree of a king. But we will be like in the future, we will be experiencing the spiritual place called Babylon. And then we will be hearing a spiritual decree by the king of the spiritual Babylon and the people of God, physical Daniel. We have the people of God vigilant. Are you willing to listen to the Are you willing to listen to music, brothers and sisters? Because if I cannot bow God in the midst of the music because I'm afraid of the decree of the king of Babylon, brothers and sisters, if we cannot come to church on no problem Saturday, how much more on the decree time moment in the Sabbath? I am talking, brothers and sisters, about the reality that this story in Daniel is just a reflection of what will happen in the future. That whether we like it or not, brothers and sisters, young people, all of us, we will be experiencing Babylon in our lives. Question, how can we overcome the decree and the deception of Daniel? Yeah? How can we overcome now? I like the brothers and sisters. I want you to take it. You know, because according to the story, the whole empire bowed in the evening. Who did not bow then? While the whole empire, all the princes, all the governors, brothers and sisters, all of them went in that place, they bowed. Three individuals never did not bow. And the name of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Question, what's the name of Meshach in the original Hebrew name? Meshach is Meshach. When you say Shadrach, what's that in Hebrew name?
Azariah?
Shadrach. Huh? Hananiah.
Okay.
When you say Abednego, what's that?
Azariah?
Azariah. And all those names referring to God. And the kings of Babylon trying to change their name into relationship with their pagan gods. But brothers and sisters, even if the people or the king of Babylon change your name, they cannot change your heart. They can change your name, but they cannot change your heart. And when our heart connected completely, now we are talking about earlier, abandonment. We are connected completely with the Word. Meaning we are eating daily with the Word. When we are eating daily and smelling the perfume in the sanctuary, brothers and sisters, the incense, the prayer daily, you will not abandon God in the time of the time of affliction. And this is a real testimony to us, brothers and sisters, that what happened in Daniel's time is also a reality in our times today. And God is giving us the formula of what will happen in the future. In order to survive in the future, you need to look back what happened in the past. And Daniel, brothers and sisters, Daniel was mentioned in chapter 3, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now think of it. While the music sound, you know, everyone bowed, the three did not bow. And you know, there are some philosophers in the area. And you know, when the king, somebody, everyone bowed. But these three individuals did not bow to your decree. And that's disrespect, O king. And according to the story, brothers, the king went furious. Now think of this God, this is the king who worshipped and said to Daniel, your God is a God of all gods, now with fury about the people of God. And this time, brothers and sisters, called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Shadrach, you might probably, the music of the sound probably is not clear. We'll give you the second sound. Because brothers and sisters, when you compromise the first time, be sure that there is second time. And if you compromise the second time, take note that there is the third time until the process keep on repeating, brothers and sisters. Shadrach, you did not hear properly. I want to make it louder. I want you to give the second chance. You hear the music, but worship. I like the response of Shadrach in Daniel chapter 2, verse 19. What's the reply of Shadrach? Meshach and Abednego in chapter 19. Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the expression of his face changed toward Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he spoke and commanded that they heated the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated. 7 times. Every time we hear the word 7 times, brothers and sisters, the word completeness. If there is a complete heating of the furnace, brothers and sisters, that's it. Complete heating of the furnace. And he commanded certain mighty men of valor who were with the army and bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, in verse 17, I want to take with you. In case our God, whom we serve, is, if that's the case, our God whom we serve, what's the word?
Able to deliver.
Able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. And he will deliver us from your hand. Now, verse 18, what is now the verse 18? What's the word, the first word?
But not.
But.
But. Now, every time you hear the word but, brothers and sisters, that's a very crucial. Because when you see the word but, you know, you are beautiful. But, yeah, you are handsome. You are handsome, but you are short like me. So that's what is always negative to the picture. You don't expect that there is positive there in the word but after. So whatever 90 or 100% you've done before, but there is but, all of those positive will be overcome by the word but. Yeah? But here, brothers and sisters, the word of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but, you know, they are, to be honest, if you read this, brothers and sisters, yeah? But if not, let it be known to you, king, that we will not serve your God, nor worship the golden image. You see, brothers and sisters? The idea, brothers and sisters, when King Nebuchadnezzar said, yung people siya, siya na Abednego, siya na Meshach and Abednego said, don't bother cooking. Because even if you do it 3 times, 10 times, you will be wasting your time. We will not bow down. You see that, brothers and sisters? There might be a situation in our life demand decisions. And whether we like it or not, at work, we will be demanded by the situation at work that you need to stand. And regardless, people will look at you as heretics, brothers and sisters, or probably an enemy. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not duty. We will never bow down. We will never bow. Now here, how we become more time, to let this idea, but we see the story, brothers and sisters. Even if 1 week we can digest everything. But I want you to take note here that when they refuse, now the king throws them. Now I want you to know, throw them to the fire. Where's the God of Vigilance? You throw them. Where are they? They are falling to the fire. And God will allow you guys to fall now. And God will allow us to be in the fire. Because in the fire, brothers and sisters, what happened? There were 3 individuals, if you go, brothers and sisters, with continue reading the next verses, the king who blasphemed God. Who is that God who can deliver you out in my hand? Now went nearer. And then, when we come nearer, what happened? He was counting 1, and 2, and 3. Did we go 3? There's a problem because I see not 3, but we have 4.
Amen.
4 brothers and sisters, sometimes God will throw us in the complete destruction, so that our king, our enemy in the world, will see the real face of Christ in our life. You must be wondering, what I got to think? I got a situation, brothers and sisters. God is trying to put you in that situation. Because in that situation, when you bounce back, people are expecting you to die with illness, and even children said, you will die 6 months later. But brothers and sisters, when you see the blessings of God, you are bouncing back and still alive, happy, serving the Lord. They will see, there's the face of the Son of God. God, brothers and sisters, in order for us to see the face of God, the world can see the face of God in us. God wants you to be in the fire. Meaning, if there's no fire, there's no face. In order for the face of Christ to be seen in your life, God will throw you in the furnace, in the complete destruction. That seems your enemy said, you will die, but God said, I will deliver you. I will snatch you out in the fire situation. Brothers and sisters, the good news is this: when we are thankful to God in the midst of our small fight, we can experience the goodness of God's great deliverance. Now, because of the time, brothers and sisters, I just want you to read chapter 3, verse 20. And I want you to take note these words in verse 26. Because, yeah.
Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come quickly. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire.
And once again, in verse 26, brothers and sisters, with the word, come out. In some translation it says, come forth. Because when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in there, with the fourth man in the fiery furnace, now the king who blasphemed God, now the king who defied God, now come near and said, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, come out. And how did he come out? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Where's the fourth? Where's the fourth? Yeah? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego come out. But the fourth one is not mentioned, coming out. Now I want to think of it. I want you to give the story, brothers and sisters. Come out. Because God is stealing the whole world. I want to stay in the forest. You come out, three of you. Because I know that in 2024, there will be people in Hitchin group who will be experiencing the furnace. I want you to know, before they will go to the forest, I will be here waiting. I will be waiting for them. I want you to know that in 2050, the people of God will be persecuted with a fiery persecution. I want them to know I'm already waiting in the furnace for them. Because in that situation, brothers and sisters, I will with us, and no one can snatch us out from the hands of God, even affliction, even the fire. At this afternoon, brothers and sisters, you might be experiencing some fiery trials in our life. I want you to remember, before you experience that, your Christ is already waiting for you there. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego come out, but the fourth man will remain in the fire. For you to know and have the assurance, I'm waiting for you in the time of your affliction. And we do not know, brothers and sisters, time will come. We do not know 5 years from now. We do not know. We that already be 2019 with the COVID won't go. That's a mind conditioning that will be, there's something happening in the future. That whatever fiery furnace in the future that will cost you life, brothers and sisters, take note. God is really waiting for us before we experience that. Because He's the God. And I hope that you will remember. God is a God of grace who works bless us. And I want to mention the statement of Israel. My my favorite book. Yeah. In Acts of the Apostle 530, 76.4, it says, through trials and persecution. What's the word? What's the first word? Through. You cannot say I'm out of it. No. Through. You cannot say you will do it yourself and I will be beside. No. God cannot lead you gain the victory without going through. And through trial and what else? Persecution. The glory and the character of God is revealed in His choosing one. Why is it that you are experiencing darkness, Francis? Because the world wants to see stars shining in the darkness, as the song says. Why is it, brothers and sisters, experiencing problem in the future? Or probably you're experiencing it now. We experience it now because God's character. God wants to be good. I read the birth celebration. In the birthday celebration, brothers, you know what's the meaning of birthday celebration? It means feasting, meaning eating food. But you cannot eat the beauty of the bread or any food without the fullness of heating, going through the process of oven. And after the oven, brothers and sisters, 30 minutes later, you can see the banana cake. We can eat the banana cake together. We can eat, brothers and sisters, the beautiful thing. Because every affliction demands heating. And the heating will demand the trial persecution to magnify the character of God in your life. What is it that was experiencing darkness and fire trial transitions? Probably the character of God is not yet in your life. Because when somebody cut in your window driving, you have that expression that is not in the Bible. Yeah? You still have that kind of character. Sometimes when somebody will stone you with all those negatives at the back, sometimes you get a reaction, I don't have yet. I was baptized, but it's not baptized. Yeah? You got that? No. But God said, I will suffer you through the trial, the fullness of persecution, so that after that, you will see the glory of the character of God. His people, then we will be blessed. Everybody on earth, they will be walking in a narrow path. They are purified in the fullness of affliction. The fourth man did not come out. Only said that this man will go because he's with you. If you find you have the affliction, I'm here with you. And we are together. And when we are together with Christ, we will be victorious. And make it today, we experience God's glorious victory by continuing our faith in Him. And always, we're not moving backward, but always moving forward with Christ, the fourth man. You know, that will be the thing on the full day.
Amen.